Hi friends, welcome back to another YouTube video. If you're new here, as you can see, I have a very large amount of books that we are going to be talking about. All of them I'm going to try to put in order at which I finished them throughout this month. This month was a readathon I was participating in for Mel server, so that's why I read so much books / manga and audiobooks. So I think I read 50 in total. Y'all, I'm almost completed my goal, like my yearly goal. I said at 150. I'm halfway done. It's crazy. Okay, we're gonna try to do a rapid fire review because this is a lot of books and I do not want to waste y'all's time. I know some people like longer videos, Alyssa, but but I don't want to edit too much because I'm trying to upload this on Saturday. If not, it's probably gonna be Sunday or Monday. So you're welcome. But anyways, yeah, I got off of work too. I'm trying to do this fast because I had to go pick up my mom and my little brother. So okay, the first one I finished this month was this manga, which is The Ice Guy and the Cool Girl. It's like Jack Frost type of thing. He has like powers, I believe. He's like an ice god basically. And I gave this one 4 stars. It's really cute. All you need to know is that it's so cute. I love how Himuro is a descendant of a snow spirit. We learn the different feelings he has that can trigger his powers, and we get to meet Fuyusuki, who's so chill and collective. I adore her character and the two of them together. It's so cute because you're basically just following their day-to-day life. There's not really spoiler, so that's basically it. And I really love it and I want to see the anime, so of course it's really cute. I love it a lot, so can't wait to continue the rest of this. Next up, I listened to audiobook and also followed along this book, which is by Rebecca Zanetti, You Can Die. I don't even know what the publishing is. Okay, it's Zebra. I gave this one 4 stars. I think it's the third one. Yes, the third one. So this is gonna be spoiler filled. I'll put a timestamp when you can skip it. I really hated Laurel's stepsister and I'm scared for her for the next book because the dad's note gave me the chills. Like, oh, I don't like him. Also, the killer in this one with chocolates and Valentine's literally in this month in February of when I read it. I didn't plan this out, so that was giving me creepy vibes throughout this book because I was like, oh god, it's Valentine's Day and there's like chocolates and roses and like a killer on the loose. Like, bro. Laurel being pregnant and going to start something with Huck made my heart happy yet scared again because I don't want Laurel to lose that baby, you know, stress and stuff, you know, she's a strong girl. Can't wait for the next installment of the series. Always on edge of my seat with this series. I like it a lot. You have, you know, the mystery and the murders and solving it, and then the romance. It's really good. And the atmosphere, so good. Next up, I don't have the manga with me, so I'll probably insert a photo because my boyfriend has it. But I gave it 4 stars. It's Chainsaw Man Volume 4. Ah, my heart. I feel so bad for my favorite character. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all, book stacks? A lot. Also, ignore my reading chair. It's been cold and hot, so I've been leaving my puffer jacket there and kind of throwing a light jacket and then my puffer jacket and my beanie on there, so ignore that. Anyways, I buddy read Kami-sama Kiss Volume 1. I reread it and I gave it still the same rating, which is 4 stars. Freaking love this series so much. I need to watch the anime so badly because I didn't know there was already an anime because I think it's like an older, you know, manga series, but I freaking love him. Great start, funny, the banter, and even the story has me hooked so far. I freaking love Tomo. Okay, I love him. Next up, I read, which was for Mel's server, monthly pick, I believe, yes. And I read it all, which is what you are looking for is in the library. I gave this one 5 stars, y'all. Like, it was so good. Okay. Every story was so beautiful and heart-aching and definitely goes into real topics. There's 6 stories following a different person and we see what they are struggling with, and later they go to the library and behold, our lovely Komachi not only recommends a book but giving them a cute little felt item for each person that goes, you know, to them. That she chooses specifically, I feel like, and boom, their lives are changed for the better and realizing things they have missed out on and such. So it was really heart-aching and I thought I was gonna cry, but I didn't. I just teared up and I did annotate it as well because, you know, it's for a book club. I figured I annotate, you know, important things like characters, quotes especially, and, you know, sections as well, and put a little crying tab that teared me up a little bit. So yeah, I kind of related to one of the characters I liked a lot in here, so really liked it, and it was a good discussion pick that Mel picked for this month in February. Correction, last month, but you know what I mean. Next up, I actually read the whole series, but we're gonna kind of quickly fire wrap this. I read Volume 2 Otakane and Hana I read the first one like way back and I didn't want to read it anymore, but I decided for the readathon to like a quick fast-paced book to finish some prompts would help me. So I gave this one 4 stars. The age gap still bothers me a bit, but I adored the banter. It's hilarious between them two, and I love how Takane doesn't, you know, be icky with her or like, you know, perverted. Like he sees her as an actual human, so thank God for that. And obviously acknowledging the age gap and such, because, you know, he's a high company man, so their family is very important. Next up, audiobook I Wish You All the Best. I gave this one 5 stars. A book everyone needs to read before they kick the bucket. So many difficult topics in this book that are hella important in this time of age, you know. We're in 2024, so definitely some good topics that we need to discuss and, you know, learn about. I wish we explored more about the side characters, but I don't mind it too much. I felt for Ben obviously going through all of this shit. It hurt my heart so much. I really liked it a lot. It's fast-paced, a good book of young adults to listen to, and yeah, it has like 324 pages physically, so I feel like you can just fly by. Very easy to read. Next up, I actually have the book for this, and I audiobook it as well, which is The Three Mothers, How the Mothers of Martin Luther King, Jr., Malcolm X, and James Baldwin Shaped a Nation. I gave this 4 stars. Like I've seen from other reviews, I'm glad I didn't feel like the only one who felt like the author could have gave more information about the 3 mothers of these, you know, important people. I do like how we go through time periods of them with their struggles of like women and their own voices being heard in this book, though. I do admire that, but I just felt like I thought we would learn more, you know, about the mothers and them of raising them and how they felt about, you know, their sons, you know, becoming big, like important in our freaking history. So yeah, but I still liked it nonetheless, you know. It just felt a little misleading, but I liked it a lot. Next up, I read Moriarty. Oh my god, I'm holding it upside down too. The Patriot Volume 1. I gave this 5 stars. I'm obviously reading it because of Chloe. So, Chloe, yes. This is where it starts. So, freaking course, it has to be 5 stars, you know. I love the characters so much already. And the little found family in here is so cute so far. And then, too, like, it went from, like, what was it? Like, oh my god, and then a whole 360, like, oh my god. Chloe knows because I sent it in the Discord server because I was shooketh. Can't wait to continue on with this series as well. Next up, I read volume 3 and 4 of Takane and Hana, or Takane to Hana, forget what it's called. I gave the third one 3 stars and the fourth one 4 stars. Each one, I feel like they're both a little bit fillery. Yeah, more filler of the volume 3, I would say, but it's so nice, you know, seeing the friends of Hana. And then volume 4 was like, okay, this was cute with their relationship being in trouble. If you know, you know. And then next up, freaking 6 stars. 6 stars, 6 stars. My heart, I freaking cried at work. I had to go to the restroom and cried over this freaking book, y'all. I miss them. Like, I adore them. I adore them as people, as idols for all the crap they've been through. Like, these are humans. Yes, this is their first ever collective book of their 10th anniversary. Yo, I'm crying because it was so sad. I'm trying so hard not to cry. Like, I'm trying to keep it all together. But okay, we go into the group from back then to now, the struggles they went through with each album, and just their story in whole. I'm so glad I became an ARMY truly last year. I have always listened to their music before, but I actually got into their music hardcore last year and have so much respect and admiration for each of them and the struggles that they overcome to be a freaking idol, you know? I hope to see them live one day because I need to experience their singing live in concerts. The freaking magic and beauty that they bring to all of us ARMY is just... And then, of course, I listen to audio. So, you know, that was even more hard for me to, like, not cry imagining, you know, them, like, saying this. And then, too, you know, the freaking pictures in the books made me cry more. I'm gonna put it up before I start crying because I don't want to ugly cry and I have to wait for my brother. So we're not doing that today. I am not well. Anyways, next up, I read Takane to Hana Volume 5. This one I gave 5 stars because I enjoyed this one the most due to new characters and Hana with her feelings to Takane and how they overcome it and how she feels and discussing, you know, everything, you know, because she's still a high schooler and such. So, yeah. Next up, I read Volume 1 and 2. I binged them both to count for, you know, the section of Volume 1 and then 2 for the prompt of the sci-fi one because it was so hard. I gave this one 4.25 stars. I love watching the anime back then, and now reading the manga is a whole different experience. I feel like rewatching this anime for the 4th time now, possibly, because yeah, I watched it a lot back then in, I think, high school, because I would cry, but it's so good. But Hiro actually stepping up and taking Naomi's advice, aka his ex-piloting partner, was hitting, and you already know I'm obsessed with Zero Two's skills, because you know, she kills her her pilots after, like, I think the 3rd time or something like that. So yes, I liked it a lot. Sue me. Do read if you're like an older age audience, like 17 and plus or 18 and plus, please. So okay, next up I read volume 6 and volume 7 and volume 8 of Takane and Hana. Volume 6 I gave 5 stars. Definitely more of my favorite in this series as well, with Takane having to be now a low class since his grandpa took away all the money and dumped him in a small apartment, and because of this he pushes away Hana, and now it's getting so good, and obviously, you know, still acknowledging the age gap. And then volume 7 I gave 4 stars, which I didn't expect Takane to give Hana a key like that. He's totally falling for her, which is bothering me still, but for points for the readathon, I'll take what I can get. Volume 8 I gave 3 stars because, you know, her falling for him isn't good since the age difference, and then moving and living together because of the chairman so fast, which is icky to me. It didn't sit well. Next up, though, I read my favorite series so far, but I gave this one 4.5 stars. Heaven Official's Blessing, Volume 2. I did annotate her as well, you know, I have to, because it's chaotic. I love it. It's for the server. So yeah, I feel like the main reason why was because one of the characters I didn't freaking vibe with, and I want to murder them so badly, but as well too, it could be because of the flashback and how it ended, and then I feel like the next volume is going to start with more so the flashback, which is kind of weird to cut it off there and in between to another book, I feel like was what's going to happen, so I didn't, you know, vibe with that. But what I did love was the beginning with the wind god / goddess, which was Xian, trying to find the person who was seeking help in the ghost realm, which I would love to visit, not gonna lie. It seems very chaotic and something I would enjoy, being a Scorpio. I literally cried once again to 2 things here, which was Hua seeing Xian leave and is literally being surrounded in flames, and then that poor ass kid who I think is the kid from volume 1. Could be just me though. We'll see when I continue the series. And we get to see Hua again being a sassy bee and beating up Xian's cousin, which was my favorite part in this freaking story. And heck, even Xian got to beat him to a pulp, which I love since he's such a cinnamon roll. So yeah, I got to see a little bit of his little anger slip. So I liked it a lot. And I really love the cover too. It's so pretty. But yeah, and of course the artwork in here is always beautiful. Chef's kiss whoever did it, because oh my god, I love my boys, my game boy. Technically they're men. They're old men. Anyways, next up I listened to this on audiobook, which was A Marvelous Light. I gave this one 4.25 stars. I adore these 2 characters. It's way more than just a romance to me. Heck, all the characters are well done, and I can't wait to continue the series. The magic was amazing to me, and the story / plot itself never boring to me. Kept me on my toes and continuing along to listen to it. But there was one thing that ticked it down, which was the writing style. I did find it difficult to get into at first with the audiobook, but that's just about it. Next up, I read volume 9 of Takane and Hana. I gave this one 4 stars. Okay, Okamon finally confessing. I'm shook because this whole series you see him the best friend, next door neighbor that could have been, you know, a thing, and he chose to be by her side as being friends. Kind of hurt me. And the living arrangement, Takane slowly trying to make Hana fall for him. Little does he know though, she's already kind of obsessed with him. But yeah, I think it's just funny because their banter together and their love relationship is just so different from, you know, things, and then to obviously their freaking age. Never gonna stop mentioning it because Next up, I listened to this on audiobook, and this is the lowest rating book I read this month. It's Small Favors. I gave this freaking 2 stars, and it's a 480 page book, y'all. Can y'all see the hatred or like the dislike in this book that I have? Because I did not like this book, y'all. For the book being so long, it was really flat to me. The writing and pacing felt repetitive. The characters I couldn't care for, not that much. Bees being mentioned with the cover like this, and, you know, kind of mentioned in the beginning a little bit. I really wish I could have enjoyed this, but sadly I didn't. It's just not my cup of tea, y'all. In the ending, I wanted to know what happened at the end for the town and her mother and father. Heck, even the romance between our 2 characters that we see throughout this book. It just wasn't my thing, and I'm kind of sad, but it's okay. Maybe someone will like it when I donate it, because it's not gonna be living on my shelves anymore. At least it was a TBR veteran, because it's been on my shelf for so long, y'all. Like, whew. Next up, I read Takane and Hana volume 10. I gave this one 4 stars. Poor Okumon and Takane and Hana's story here was cute though. Sorry Okumon though, bro. It's okay. You're gonna be popular, dude. You're gonna be famous. So he's got it going for him still. Next up, I listened to this on audiobook, but I have a physical copy, a book of the month way back then. I gave this one 4 stars. It's You're Invited. Okay, the beginning felt meh to me, and I really thought Amaya was gonna get away with murder since her ex-bestie Kavi and ex-boyfriend Spencer are getting married. But guess what? Later on, we learned it was actually Spencer, the freaking killer. Or killer, because guess what? Kavi's alive. It really took me into a turn, because the two girls basically became one together because of the abusive stuff that Amaya went through, and Kavi trying to marry him, but finding out his true colors along the way of them getting married. Freaking crazy, y'all. Like, whoa, I did not expect that. But yeah, 4 stars. Next up, I read volume 11, Takane and Hana. I gave this one 4 stars. Okay, the new guy can F off. He's weird and obsessed and needs to be put in jail, literally. Psychopath. And thank God Takane saves Hana. It was so cute but weird. If you know, you know. And then 2, I read volume 12 of Takane and Hana, which I gave 3 stars because he broke his legs during that, and him being in hospital saying I love you right off the bat shook me. And now Hana is running away again because of his image, you know, of his family, which I'm glad she did because of their age difference, but you know, obviously they're gonna end up together anyway, so it's like whatever. Next up as well, I buddy read Kami-sama Kiss Volume 2, which I gave 5 stars. I already read it, so it's a reread for me, but Baby Tomo adorbs. I love this one a lot more, with some plot happening and a competitor being in place, you know, new character gonna be at the school. We love to see it. Next up, I've read volume 13 of Takane to Hana, which I gave 3 stars because definitely more on the weirder side here. Wasn't my cup of tea. And then I listened to this on audiobook, which is Children of Blood and Bone. I gave this one 4.25 stars. I love that we have 3 point of views in first person of Zaylee, Amari, Ian. Zaylee I love more because she's obviously the main protagonist, and we get to be more with her and feel for her more, I feel like, out of the other 2. YA novel with Western African culture mixed with fantasy, which is such a fast-paced book for it being over 400 pages. I could see a lot of the things being mentioned in my brain. It was amazing, and I would love to see it on film, you know, one day. Can't wait to read the rest of the series to see where it goes now after that showdown at the end. And the epilogue made me so sad. I'm glad the author included it because that hurts, and that's a topic and things that happened back then, and it's still happening now in a way, so thank God the author mentioned that. Heart-aching. Next up, I reread Yakuza Lover Volume 1 with my friend. Still 3 stars because, you know, insta-lovey, and I just want to know the relationship build up more, you know, because it's very insta-lovey. That's all I gotta say. But the smut, so good. Next up, I read Takane Hana Volume 14, which I gave 4 stars. The island part of this was cute and funny to me. Like, I was actually laughing. And then the little bonus scene with the friends was also so cute. Next up, I listened to this on audiobook, You Truly Assume, which I gave 5 stars. What a beautiful and powerful book for younger audiences to read. There's a terrorist attack that the media assume as Muslim because of their last name, and it creates a bumpy road for the community. So Bree creates a blog to share her feelings and trying to reach out to other people within her community. We followed the 2 girls who joined Bree's blog, Zakat and Farah, who bring their own talents to the plate and who has their own point of views. The story was so important about their experiences, feelings, and hardships they each go through in their point of views. We learn about racism they tackle along with the haters on their blog and their own stories that they each tackle on their own. But the friendship as well was so cute of them interacting with one another. I really loved it a lot, and it's very short, so I do recommend. And I love the cover. And I love how, too, my receipt's still in here because I forgot to take it out still. But yeah, I really loved it a lot, and I just freaking love the colors of this book. Chef's kiss. Next up, I finished Takane Hana Volume 15, which I gave 4 stars. We have the sports festival, and we get to see Takane feeling down of the age gap, but Hana does what she can to cheer him up. And later on, we see Takane's mom, who Hana accidentally runs into. And let's just say, the mom isn't on good terms with Takane, but eventually, you know, they will. it always happens in mangas and anime. So next up, I buddy read this one, Something More. I did annotate it as well. I gave this one freaking 5 stars. Beautiful young adult novel here. I freaking felt so much for Jessie, and obviously from sad to angry to happy in this book. I adore the representation for autism and Palestinians being shown in this book. I did tear up when Jessie's grandmother passed. It hit a little too much to home for me in a way, so I did cry to this book because I felt for this character, even though, you know, differences, and I'm not Palestinian, but I love still how people still go through the same things that other people have gone through, and I'm just not gonna think about that too much about the thing. But anyways, I adore Griffin like I thought I would when they first met. I even had suspicions with Kat and Levi, who I wanted to punch and kick so badly in this book. Like, how dare they do this to Jessie? How dare you? It definitely read, you know, like a high schooler book, so definitely good YA novel. But I'm so glad with the outcome of this book and messages shown in here. I highly recommend this YA debut, so it's really cute. Next up, I read volume 16 of Takane and Hana, which I gave 4 stars. In the beginning, we have Hiromi running away due to his father seeing a pic of Takane and Hana on his phone, and since the secret between them two / the age gap and agreement, he has to keep it hush. So he runs away. We even see Hiromi grow and basically admitting feelings for Hana / to Takane, which was kind of cute. And later on in the manga, it's Hana's birthday and Takane has a hard time finding out what to give her. Once he does, he kind of basically proposes in a way, but at least she's 18 now, so, but still, whoa. Too fast, sir, too fast. But they have been together for a year in the manga when this happened, so at least that's good. Next up, I buddy read / finished volume 3 of Kami-sama Kiss. I have never read this one, so this is my first time reading it, and I gave it 4 stars. In the beginning, we see Nanami literally falling for this foxman, which I don't blame, and now goes to school with her to watch over her, but somehow leads to Nanami getting jealous, of course, and now we get to meet a new character as well named Mitsuki, who literally marks Nanami to be his bride, and so she gets kidnapped. So of course Tomo goes and rescues her. We get a side story where Nanami gets sick, and so Tomo goes in her place at school so she doesn't repeat a grade while she's at home. Mitsuki comes to show how Tomo was back then, while Nanami is experiencing that Tomo is getting hit on by Kuroma, which is freaking hilarious. I was laughing when that happened. So yes, I really love the series so far. Sorry, the angle's different. I got the little brother. Anyways, I don't know where I left off exactly, but anywho, next up I finished Takane and Hana volume 17. I gave 4 stars. Oh, they are finally getting married, which is also weird to me, but still, everyone is on board, so let it be. It's fiction. I know reality from fiction, and she's over 18, so completely forgot about that. Next up, I read Bungo Stray Dogs Volume 1. I've already watched the anime so far with my besties, but I gave it 5 stars because, you know, I love my Bungo guys. Reading them in the manga and seeing the art style is so different. I adore it, you know, from the anime. Can't wait to see how different it is from the anime. I'm excited to read more of the Bungo series. It's so good. Next up, I listened to this on audio. It's Covet by Tracy Wolf. I gave this 3 stars. I wish we gotten more what happened to Grace with her memories in this one. And oh my god, the romance here with the love triangle. I feel horrible for Jackson seeing Hudson, his brother, being with Grace just because of the mating bond. Like, girl, at least wait for a year instead of like a few months. WTF. Annoying. And then we find out Jackson is soulless and that's why the bond was broken. Nope. No. And I feel like there could have been some parts cut out because oh my god, the audiobook is almost 24 hours long. It's 22 hours. I was dying. My brain was dying. Man, what the heck? Like, the plot here was lacking as well, and we end on another cliffhanger, which is like, bro, why? And then the jail experience, and I don't know, it was just something to me. Next up, I finished Bungo Stray Dogs Volume 2, which I also gave 5 stars because I love this universe, y'all. Like, it's bad. I freaking love Chuya and Dazai ship, and oh, my Akatawa. Anyways, I love this crew, and my boy Rampo is such a cutie and smarty pants, and poor Kyoka, we get to meet her in this volume. It's even sadder, I feel like, in the anime, obviously, because you're seeing more of, you know, reactions wise and stuff than in the manga. So next up, I finished Hello World, the manga, which I gave 3.25 stars. It's a reread for me. I wish it would have explained more. Like, I love where it's going and the little romance, but like, I wish too we could have seen them more together. It felt really rushed, but you get what you can take. Next up, I finished volume 18 of Takane and Hana, which is the last book in this series. Yeah, I finished the whole series. Way to go me! I gave it 4 stars. What a cute ending, and at least, you know, when she got married, she's 18. And they look so happy, and seeing them growing up, oh, of how their future. Next up, I finished Bungo Stray Dogs volume 3 as well, and of course, 5 stars, you know. Chuya, my short king, we love to see it. It's so different from the anime in this one, of the meeting. Daozai and Chuya, I was like, it's the scene that we all love. And my heart for Kyoka and Man Tiger kicking ass and saving Kyoka because he believes in her and sees the good in her, and she wants to change for the better instead of being with the Port Mafia, so love it. Next up, I finished this on audiobook, Kisses and Croissants. This has been on my TBR for a long while. I gave it 3 stars. I'm going to cut the chase. Such a fast-paced YA novel about a girl going to Paris for ballet, which is her passion, but of course she somehow finds love. And get this, he's the son of the instructor guy that's really strict. And I also liked how the foods were being mentioned and the little plot of finding out about her great-great-great-grandmother being a ballet and performing back then, just so she can find evidence of this. And yeah, romance wasn't a thing, and now it became her life in here. But yeah, I thought it was cute. 3 stars. Nothing too exciting. So next up, I read Mooncakes on my Kindle. I gave this 4 stars. So cute. I wish it was longer or had more volume so we could have dragged on with the story and the characters still, because I feel like they could have been more explored in a way of this universe, magic, and everything. And of course, I love the artwork and colors in this graphic novel. Definitely more of the cozy and magical vibes that you get from the cover. But also, I want to know why it's called Mooncakes. I just want to know. Anyways, I finished the collector's edition of Fruits Basket Volume 3, which I gave 5 stars. Y'all don't understand. I felt so much for Kyo. My heart hurts. And then Kyo and Yuki wanting to change now is going to be so cute since they're trying to fight over Toru. Yeah. And then too, when she freaking sees Kyo's true form, my heart. And then I finished Bungo Stray Dogs Volume 4, which I also gave 5 stars. Of course, the Americans with their freaking money. And we get to see Kenji in action with his abilities as well. And of course, seeing Kyoka, you know, in here as well. Next up, I listened to this audiobook called When Oceans Rise, which I gave 4.25 stars. Do look up trigger warnings though, because this is a heavy topic about abuse. Yeah. Wow, can I first start off with how well done the character's growth is? Myla, I just want to hug you because you don't deserve all the stuff that happened your way, but at least it came out better in the end and she's growing as a character. This Little Mermaid retelling was so powerful. I also adored the magic and representation for Filipinos in this book as well. Next up, I finished Volume 5 of Bungo Stray Dogs, which I also gave 5 stars. Again with Kyoka, can your girl get a break? She needs a break, this poor child. Also, whoop whoop action with the 3 guilds to see who still stands. They're going to war basically. And then last but not least, the last book I finished this month, last night at like 8 p.m. Lonely Castle in the Mirror, Volume 1. Infinity Stars, 6 stars, my favorite. You know, I sobbed because poor Kokoro, with the bullying, no kid should ever have to feel that they're not safe anywhere in this life, in this world even. I have already read the novel before, so seeing the characters' faces was just woe to me. The art style is amazing, and I love it because of the expressions and seeing how they look compared to with the book. It's just kind of crazy to me, but I do admit it's very fast, obviously in the manga and in the book, so not sure how many volumes this is gonna have. I feel like it's gonna maybe have like 4 volumes or 5. We'll see though. But yeah, that's all the books I read this month. A lot of books. I hope it's not too lengthy of a video. I hope you all enjoyed it because I did so much reading. My brain still kind of hurts. Like today is the first day in February and I haven't finished a book and I don't even feel like reading that much either. Like I listened to a little bit of an audiobook and I was just like, no, I think I am tired of reading, so I'm definitely gonna take it slow this month, even though I am participating in a readathon, which you'll probably see my TBR video after this one. We'll see. I don't know which gonna come first, like my book haul for February or the TBR for March. We'll see, but definitely gonna take it slow this month in March. Oh my god, my brain from overtime too, like as well too. I woke up early for overtime today as well. But anyways, I hope you all have a good day, good night, morning, whatever time it is for you when this video reaches you, and I'll see you really soon. Bye.